So we've come to this 13th century church here at Felkirk, just outside of South Hiendley in West Yorkshire, and it's a Grade 1 listed building, this church. Now it's actually steeped in loads of lights, loads of stories and myths, and really strange things apparently have happened at this church in the past. Now it's like I said, it's a Grade 1 listed building. It's a 13th century church, and the rumour has it, right, that at midnight, right, what happens at this church, now it is a rumour, right, and it is a ghost story, right, that what happens at midnight, right, is all the ghosts, all the spirits of the people that are buried in the actual church yard actually rise and they roam around in this graveyard behind me. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick look round this 13th century Grade 1 listed building, and we're just going to see what Felkirk Church got to offer Colin The Head's World of Everything. Now, if you just take a look at the actual building itself, it actually boasts a rather large tower. The west tower of the actual church is predominantly larger than the actual building itself, and it boasts actually a crooked like spire. Is that the word? It's not a tower. It's a Paperet. It's a crooked paperet, right? Boasts actually it's crooked in itself is the actual building of the actual tower itself, and it's decorated in gargoyles, as you can see. You can see all gargoyles at top of the church tower, and obviously they want to scare away demons. Now inside the actual tower of the west side, apparently there's a leopard's window. Is it a leopard's window? A leper's window were actually put in the actual tower. Now the reason why a leper's window were put in tower is obviously if someone got leprosy, right, if someone were dying of leprosy, what they used to do, they used to put them in tower out of way so leprosy didn't spread along the community and kill everybody. So if somebody got leprosy in Felkirk, where they ended up were in top of tower, and they just died in top of tower, and apparently there's a leper's window, and it's guarded, the actual tower, the actual inside of the tower, and it's guarded by a leper's window. So the idea was if they put people behind this window, the leprosy would stay within the confines of the actual area the window were blocking. So let's take a quick look at the Felkirk Church here, just outside South Hiendley, this Grade 1 listed building, and just see what it's like. Shut it. It says shut it.
Hey Colin.
What?
Looks like a First World War roll on people who died in First World War.
And they were buried here. So obviously there's two. 1939 to 1945. That must be World War II.
Yeah.
Right. So there's some plaques on wall here. Obviously 1914 to 1918. Obviously that's World War One. Obviously there's a list of names here. So all these people would have either died and been fetched here for burial, I'm surmising, or these could have, no, they would have been buried here, wouldn't they?
Maybe.
So obviously the list of names of people who died in the war, probably served from the local area, and they were probably either buried here or they came to rest here. So that's World War II, World War One, and that's a plaque. And obviously on the other side of the actual, I'll call it a shelter. This shelter we've got 1939 to 1945. Now that is World War II, and yet again we've got another list of names of people who died in World War II or would have been from either the local area or probably more or less been buried here. There's quite a number of names. I mean, how many names we've got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, 14, 12, 24, 36. So there's 36 people on that name board. And how many have we got on here? Another 36 there. So like there's 72 people in the local area. And the names from World War One and World War Two, and they've been commemorated on these two plaques here at the Felkirk Church. Whoa, look at this cellar. Crypt, isn't it?
You can get in it to an extent.
You can actually get down it. We've just found a crypt. We think it's a crypt or some sort of cellar, and it's just here at Felkirk Church. I was looking down it. It's quite an eerie, even though it's daytime at the moment. It is actually quite eerie in here. You know, you're getting a really weird feeling about it. But apparently, there's a leper's window in this tower, according to our source of information. What's in there?
You can see through.
What?
It's like,
what?
oh man. Got modern day electrics on wall, but it's just like a...
It's a bit of electric for
It's a cellar light.
That's all it is. It's a cellar, mate, for
Yeah.
church. Eighteen. Look at ages, years on these gravestones. Now there's a lot of old gravestones in this here graveyard. I mean, I just picked one out at random. I mean, particularly, look at some years that are on these here graves. I mean, December the 7th, 1819, 75 years. He had good innings for the time we were alive. 1819, who died at age 19 years. He was son of him. Well, not 79 years, sorry. Or wife, I'm not right sure. Anne Watson. It's a bit creepy, really. But if you look down towards me, the story says that at midnight, all these ghosts apparently rise from earth and start roaming around this here graveyard. And it's quite a strange setting. So we've just come to this door here at the West Tower, and it's very stereotypical for the time of year this actual church was built. It's a Grade 1 listed building. As you can see, it's got a nice archway, a good solid wooden door, and obviously it's seen quite a lot of weather, this door. As you can see, it's very stereotypical of an old church such as itself, and it's in quite good wrath, really. But there's a few engravements here and there. There's quite a lot of engravements. EC 1941. As if that's been engraved in 1941. You know what I mean? Do you think that's real, that piece of wood's from like 1941? I don't believe that for a second.
It's good.
It's good, isn't it? How good is it? It's very, as you can see, it's situated in the actual tower itself. Look at them gargoyles up there. Have you filmed them? It's hanging off the top. The idea of the gargoyles was to scare away evil spirits. And that's why they were put on the top of the actual church tower and churches. That's the reason why gargoyles were used, and the idea was to put the gargoyles there to scare away all the evil spirits. And that's the reason why churches were decorated with gargoyles and ghouls, to keep all nasty spirits away and keep the church in good health spiritually. It's like something out of the Blair Witch Project. That's all I can explain it as. Yeah, it's like, look how it's mad, isn't it? It's a crazy place, really, just to come. All these gravestones. It's really spooky. Like a scene from Alton Towers. And I can imagine walking around Alton Towers and coming to, and it's free, and you have to pay to walk around here.
Bridge, Colin.
A restored bridge. So this has been restored on behalf of the church wardens here at Felkirk Church. So when this bridge must have been collapsed, the actual graveyard must have been cut in two. So there's a beck that runs through the middle of the graveyard, and obviously this bridge crosses it, and it's been reinstated, this bridge, in 2013, so it's like 3 years ago this bridge has been reinstated, been put back here, so you can walk all the way through the church grounds. You can walk into over the bridge, over the beck, and you can walk into the remainder of the actual graveyard. But we're hoping to catch some spirits, but obviously they don't come out till midnight, so they're not out at the moment. But apparently, if you come down here at 12 o'clock at night, when the church bells strike 12, that's apparently when they start like coming out and being ghosts, basically. But at the moment, I haven't bumped into any, or I haven't seen any. But I can understand exactly where the actual stories are coming from, because I wouldn't like to think I were walking around here on a night.
It's a shame though, because you really want to interview a ghost.
It would have been good to interview a ghost, wouldn't it? It would have been. Can you imagine if we just said, "Shut up, Matt, don't put that in."
Why? We've got to say, we need to spark this episode up somehow.
It's the shittest episode we've ever done.
It sucks.
It sucks. I think I've lost my passion, Anna. I think I've lost my passion.
It's over, isn't it?
It's over. I think it's coming to a grinding halt. Colin The Head's World of Everything. It's coming to a shuddering halt. I mean, it's come to this, hasn't it? Walking round the graveyard in look of a good YouTube video. Where's it going? I'm even dressed in black. It's like it's ending, Mark. It's coming to an end.
Try to go half chance.
No, it's locked. Door's locked, can't get in church, but I always run the understanding that you could get into a church anytime and use it for crypt. It even smells like a church.
It's a tragedy, it's because people are going in and stealing stuff.
Yeah, it's just how people are nowadays. It's just we can't have anything. You're not allowed any. Everything's got to be locked and bolted and chained up because of people just abuse things.
Sundial, it's working, look.
Where?
Working Sundial.
Oh yeah, we'll feature that.
Go on, talk about it.
It's got a working sundial, and it's a really good exemplar of a sundial at the moment. As you can see, look, 12. We're approaching. What time does that say?
It reckons it's 1:30. 2 o'clock.
It reckons it's 1:30 at the moment.
It's later than that, but only just.
Only just.
Not bad, really.
Not bad timing, really. It reckons it's about 1:30, that sundial. And obviously you can see it in this nice July sun that we're getting at the moment before the rest of the clouds cover us up. But yeah, it's working. Working is that sundial. It's a proper sundial. We would have liked to have took you inside this haunted old church and actually took you for a quick walk round, but because what we've discovered that the door is actually locked, and we can't get in. So we can't take you around to look in this St. Peter's Church here at Felkirk, but we can have a look around the exterior grounds and the graveyard facility that actually exists here at Felkirk Church.
So why can't we get in?
So why can't we get in? The reasons why we can't get in because of vandals. The way people are nowadays, you can't have anything. People just want to break into stuff and trash places. So the reason why we can't get in is because it always happens, the minority is spoiling it for the majority. So the minority of people who would liable to actually break into the church and make a mess of the actual interior of the church is spoiling it for people like me who want to go in and make the YouTube videos.
Not to pray or all like that, just to make YouTube videos.
Make YouTube videos.
Don't want to go in and pray, don't want to go and admire the architecture or all like that, just want to go and make a YouTube video.
Just want to make a YouTube video.
Could this be the last ever Colin The Head's World of Everything then?
Yeah, it's coming, it's grinding to an halt. We are coming to the end. 2 years, we've had 2 years out of Colin The Head's World of Everything.
We need another show, don't we?
We need another show. That's the end. Is that the end?
It could be. That sounds of it.
Have you stopped filming?
No, we're still recording. I'm recording everything we say.
Oh.
Got to do it. It's like it could be last ever.
It could be last ever. It's the end. I'm feeling very. It feels very terminal, doesn't it? We are in a graveyard.
Is it coming to an end then?
Yes, I think this is the end. This is it. The end of Colin The Head's World of Everything. We're not doing any more. We're not going to do any more Colin The Head's World of Everythings.